Well, here we go again. B&G Supply hooked us up with some more goodies. Yeah, let me get set up and I'll show you what they sent.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's see what kind of goodies we got here. Looks like we got some clips to put the door handles on with, a couple of bolts to reattach the emergency brake bracket, spacer for the horn, brush for the horn button, some connections of course, and a signal light switch. And one of the most important things, a gas pedal. Thanks to my friends at B&G Supply. Now let's get started. For those of you that don't know how to take off the horn assembly on these old cars, it's really pretty simple. Make sure that the battery is disconnected, or at least the hot wire going to the horn is disconnected. And all you got to do is push down in the middle and turn, and it pulls right off. After that, you can get to all the steering stuff. Anybody that's ever done this before knows that you're going to need a steering puller. And first thing you have to do is take this nut off, because this nut's what holds it on there to keep it from sliding off the spline shaft. All right, we get the nut off of there. Now we got to put the pulley on, the puller on, and the puller looks like this. It's got bolts that bolt in right here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get one started, and then get the other one started. You don't really have to crank these down. They pretty much, these are pretty easy to pull off. Okay, so once you get that on there, you got to put this little guide pin in to find the center of the steering wheel. And the center of the steering wheel fits in a little hole right there. So you put that on there, put that down in the center, and then you crank this down. And just like that, it pops off. So you can just set that out of the way. That's what it looks like on the bottom. This is what cancels out your signal lights when it rolls around. Set that out of the way. Then it's got a little retaining spring. Make sure you take that off and don't lose it. And then we can get to the rest of it. We're going to replace this switch, so these three screws have got to come out. At the end of the video, I'll give you a close-up of what this looks like before it's uninstalled. Okay, you get these three screws out of there. Then take your signal switch handle off. Then it's got a little plate that holds this assembly down, because the assembly is very fragile and floppy. So we'll set that out of the way. And then this pulls straight up. And you may have to give yourself a little more room with the wires coming up, but because we're going to replace the wires, I don't care if it gets broken. So we'll work these up and get this off. Okay, this is what we're going to replace. But first, I've got to pull all of these wires out of the steering column. So I'll come back to that whenever we get to it.